Welcome to the Off Topic Podcast, episode 136. I'm Koba the Gorilla.
And I'm H.
We are the Off Topic Podcast, guys. If you are new here, make sure you follow us on Instagram at Off Topic Podcast 34. If you are an OG fan, welcome back. We're glad to have you. What's up, H? How you doing tonight? You're drinking a little Budweiser tonight?
I'm great.
We got a few stuff we're going over today. Speaking of Budweisers and beers and patriotic beers, we got Hulk Hogan speaking at the RNC convention. We have updates on the Trump assassination, music recommendations, and who do you take them from, and more on the Off Topic Podcast. And maybe we throw in some fan questions.
And also maybe talk about a little bit about the scandal with Colombia fans getting into the little.
You know what one of my favorite bits of yours is?
What?
Is that Colombians DoorDash a lot.
They do.
They do?
No offense.
I mean, just say your shit.
Badass job, you know, but like I always notice it's them DoorDashing. I'm like sick.
All right, let's say I'm a worker at McDonald's and a Colombian guy comes in. How what's going on?
Oye, hermano, ¿dónde han dejado estas Big Macs? Aquí dejaste las fries, mi parcero. Muchas gracias. ¿Cómo, Esteban? Yo me llamo Julio.
I like how I haven't said anything. He just keeps talking. That's hilarious, dude. That's, what do they say? Parcero?
Parcero, or my homie from work said that they also say llave, mi llave. He said it's like most like, yeah, it's the same shit, but he said like, mi llave is more like a coastal thing of Colombia. That's like I didn't know that, but he taught me that.
Okay, that's sick.
Shout out to my little homie Pedro.
That's right. Shout out to Pedro. Yeah. Shout out to all the colos too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's sick though. I didn't know they were like heavy on the DoorDash. Like, cause I stayed.
I heard about it before. Yeah, that they were heavy on it.
And to be fair though, you might know a little bit better than me because you've worked in different cities. Like, you know, like you've worked in LA, which always blew my mind that you worked in LA. But I kind of get that you run into more shit like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm here, and also I don't order fucking DoorDash because I live in an apartment. Too. And it's like they can never find you. And it's annoying. It's
a whole mess.
It's a scavenger hunt for a cold cheeseburger that I'm going to get. Cold already, like that could have been $4, but I wanted delivered, so it was $12 for some reason. Yeah. But I've never gone through that before. Yeah. Usually, like, a lot of Asians are the best at those kind of app jobs because they don't fucking talk. They could barely talk, and, like, I don't even care. But they're clean. They're polite. And, like, that shit's clean, you know? Like,
some that are just, like, too quiet, though, or you don't understand them for shit, you know?
Sometimes when someone's super Asian, they just communicate in moans. They just go, here,
like, scan your dick.
Thank you. And it's, like, the best, because I'm like, oh, shit, like, I just talked to a fucking 4-year-old child, basically. But it was, like, the nicest interaction ever, you know? Like I'd rather have that than like hola mi parcel or whatever the fuck.
Then you're like in a narco series.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool, dude.
You think Maluma's coming out,
and then you realize it's fucking 2024, dude. That's so hilarious. You know that for a long time? Where'd you first hear that?
I saw it in a meme like 4 years ago that they would have like 10 accounts for like on DoorDash or shit like that or Uber Eats.
That's funny.
That they get like 10 phones.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Because they're that busy, or what do you mean?
You get more job, I think. Like, if you have 10 accounts, they're not going to go to you.
Yeah.
That's smart, actually.
That's actually sick.
I mean, it's an honest job at the end of the day. You know?
That's like when, like, the superhero is ready becoming a superhero, so he steals a police radio and he hears for crimes. Yeah.
It's something like that.
The signal, and then it's like, oh, there's someone needs a Big Mac at 2 a.m.
Fucking whatever pays the bills,
everybody's high as fuck. Yeah, dude, that's funny. Yeah, no, it is an honest job. I'm not even like ripping on them. I just didn't know that like it's fucking true, you know?
Yeah, like, oh shit.
You blow my mind a little bit sometimes. Yeah.
I'm not that dumb.
Couple years. No, not that you're dumb.
I know.
But like it's kind of funny where you like you've known someone for a long time and then they still fucking tell you shit that you're like, oh, like he would say that, you know? Like it's so funny. It's so funny. And it's like even with like sometimes my girlfriend, she does like funny shit.
Yeah.
And then I tell her, I was like, oh, you're funny. Like I forget that she's like funny. And then, but it's cool because like you've known someone a long time and it's still funny, you know?
People like that, like who could like get a smile or a laugh out of you. You feel like people like that, or in general, everybody has a sense of humor, or some people like for the most part, a lot of people have it, and some people just don't have it at all.
I feel like everyone has their own sense of humor, but some are definitely better than others.
And then some are just like
bad.
Yeah.
Some are just like, I don't even want to hear you because I feel like embarrassed for you. Yeah. That's crazy to me.
That's sad.
But yeah, what about you? What do you think? You think some people just don't have a sense of humor?
I feel like some people don't.
Yeah.
And then I feel like some people try to, or they force it, but it doesn't come out.
I've seen some robot people try to act a certain way, and I know it's an act. Yeah. Whether it's they're trying to be funny, or they're trying to be scary, or they're trying to be sympathetic, like
it's always one of the three.
I can always tell when like someone's
trying to impress somebody.
Oh, it's okay. Or like do their job even. Like it's their job, so they gotta act like that.
Yeah.
Like that's possible, and I respect that because you're putting your shit aside and you're doing what you're supposed to. But I could always see like fake shit. Yeah. I can always see like, oh, like this is my bestie or this is my best friend, and then I'm like, how thick is your friendship really?
1 year contract.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like it's fine. Yeah. Not everyone has to be your best friend that you tell your fucking deepest desires to and blah blah blah. But I can definitely sense a lot of that shit with people where I'm like, yeah, you're not gonna talk to each other if you quit your job or if you move or like yeah.
That's what life is.
There was a guy that wasn't really our friend, but we had hung around. I'll tell you who it is later. Mm-hmm. The same place. And I guess he's been in rehab lately. And he's been like sober like 8 months. And then he said I saw on Instagram that he was like, oh, like it's true what they say. Like when you go through a certain path in your life, like you just lose touch with so many people. And I kind of get that. So we're playing a show. Yeah. And then, and I saw that and I was like, oh wow. That's crazy. Cause we haven't even seen that person.
We had asked ourselves too.
Yeah.
Or like I would ask you, that's me. Hey, where's
Yeah, exactly. And then, but I kind of agree with like, damn, like, okay, were you really like close friends or were you just people that like to get drunk together? Like that shit kind of blows my mind too, you know? Like,
and the thing that you were like willing throughout that whole time, like hanging out with him for that. Yeah. I don't know. Like obviously,
it's fun, you know.
You know what was gonna be down, you know, like you were.
But I don't think they knew. That's crazy. Oh, like you knew like how the night would go. Yeah. So that's what their friendship consisted of.
But even still, like, well, like. You could keep up that long, like until something bad happens.
Yeah, exactly.
What unfortunately happened.
Like something bad happens, and then now you're just like, oh, I don't see these people anymore, and we were never really friends. We just had this one thing in common. Whether it's we work together, or we drink together, or we do drugs together, or we have sex with each other, or whatever, right? Like those relationships you have with people, and then you're like, oh, like who is this person really to me? Like that's kind of crazy, you know? I don't know.
The world's crazy.
Adulthood, vato. Oh yeah, I also hate when people say adulting. Adulting is hard. It's not. That's like some shit like Pedro would say, you know. And
adulting is, I think, whatever path you choose, you know.
Yeah,
you can make it hard, you can make it easy, or just go through the railers.
Yeah, life is definitely what you make of it. Yeah. But I don't know.
Or what people make it seem is that adulthood is just cruelness 24/7.
Yeah, that's why I hate and I can't stand the news sometimes because it's just like.
That shit.
So negative, and I'm like, okay. People's first thought to that is, oh well, you want to hide the truth, like you don't want to face reality. Like I can face fucking reality, bro. The reality is that eventually I'll drive myself fucking crazy.
And then what are you gonna do from listening to it?
Yeah.
Or how's that gonna make your life better? Or day better?
What did you say about the people in the Trump assassination attempt, the crowd, that they're all American and badass gun wielding people?
Yeah, well, I thought everybody was gonna pull out their straps. I mean, aren't they all gun owners? I mean, or I thought somebody was gonna run up on the stage and help Trump.
Yeah,
if the Secret Service you saw fail, like what else did you expect? I was expecting everybody else around them, but I guess hardcore Republicans, you know.
Yeah,
they weren't ready that day.
Yeah, all those people come and take my AR-15.
Yeah, it pops my mind though, like how somebody still got that close, you know?
It is crazy.
Even though I don't want that shit to happen to Trump. I mean,
yeah, I don't want any American president
or any president, yeah, regardless Democrat or Republican. I think it blows my mind, like all these billions they say they invest in the Secret Service and they still couldn't get a 20-year-old.
Or they did, but like it was a miracle that he survived. Yeah, if it was true. If I can put on my conspiracy hat on a little bit right now.
Go ahead.
Conspiracy time with old Ross. I feel like I sometimes think I go back and forth on this. It's still early to tell. Where I agree with you. How the fuck did he get that close? That's like crazy to me. How far was Lee Harvey Oswald from JFK? Pretty fucking far. Even then, I still think in that case, how the fuck did someone post up in a building and no one noticed, you know? Like, or behind a grassy knoll or whatever. Like, how the fuck did someone not sweep the area or see something, you know? Whether it's Secret Service or people. So if I think that about the JFK assassination that was way fucking more discreet, this fool, when you see the camera angles, you could literally see someone laying on the tip of the roof. Not even on the roof. Where, like, if you wear black maybe or, like, a blanket over, like, a brown blanket, it could look like the...
I guess, like...
Top. Yeah, it's a fucking point. Yeah. And that's where I'm like... It's like when you... It literally looks like when you catch someone camping on Call of Duty and then they don't know you're there and you know they're there and then you're going to get, like, a free kill. Like, it literally felt like that. So I agree with you. How the fuck did he get that close? Secondly...
Like, oh, go ahead.
Secondly, it gave me, like... Kind of like WWE vibes. Like, what a fucking moment to do it where... Yeah, you're definitely the contender for the election, but you're also not riling people up like you did the first or even the second time when you lost. And all of a sudden, you're put in this position to be a martyr, right? Jesus Christ got killed for his sins, and they almost tried to kill old Trump. Wow, he must be in Jesus Christ's side. And you see those memes where people post Trump in the Oval Office and the fucking ghost of Jesus is massaging his back. Like, that's fucking insane to me. A smart person would know that that's going to rile people up and be like, you know what? Fuck yeah. Like, fuck you trying to attack him. He's our guy. And you guys try to take him from him once. You guys tried to take him from us once, and it's never going to happen again. Now I'm really going to fucking vote, you know? And then people that were on the fence, damn, I didn't know where to go for it, but if they're trying to fucking kill this guy, fuck those people, you know? And then next thing you know, it's crazy.
Pretty sure you like the corrido.
I hate that shit too. Like, you have a thought about people that all of a sudden like Trump.
Yeah, because the only people who really liked him were a couple of people back then. I know my brother was one of them, and obviously I even at that time registered Republican too, because even my thoughts were already like a little bit more on the conservative side before all of them. So all these phony Mexicans that want to get accepted into the other nice party, you know. I guess it's full of bullshit, I feel.
You know what I think is crazy about...
I feel like they don't even accept it. It's just more like they feel like a post is going to like accept them into the world.
Yeah, it's crazy. My favorite thing is like when like porn stars are conservative. And there was a famous story where like this porn star was like at this Turning Point USA convention where they're like a big... like Candace Owens does a lot of speeches for them and shit. It's like a Republican youth group, right? It's really big. Anyway... And she tried to go to the convention and like, cause she was like a porn star, but I'm a Republican, I'm a conservative. And then like they fucking, when they found out who she was, when they was like, is that her? They fucking, the security escorted her out.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It's like, damn, like you're not even wanted by the people you want to be wanted by. Like that's fucking insane. A lot of people, these people like you're a porn star that's pro-abortion, that has an open marriage. There's nothing conservative about you, and it's okay. Like, that's it,
but I think people are not twisting it up where, Republicans were all the fun people go now. You know, where all the power.
Yeah,
I don't know. Really. They're kind of like switching it up now.
Yeah.
It's like, now this is where the cool party's at.
Yeah, now everybody likes country. Everybody likes Morgan Wallen now, and they like to drink Budweisers, and they like to drive trucks. So, now nobody wants a Tesla anymore. We all want a fucking sick-ass V8 truck, and it's fucking cool now. And now it's like, I don't want to live in the city. I want to live in a cabin in the woods. Like, bro, like...
But they still don't move out.
Yeah, like you're in your mom's fucking house or your dad's house or a basement. Like, you're not gonna fucking be a lumberjack. It's okay. It's fine. But that's all you need to do is you need to sell an identity to people. That's all you need to do is you need to sell an identity. Just like fucking Michael Kors sold an identity to people and people felt like they had to have a fucking fancy underwear now if they're a man with another man's name on it. And it's a status thing. Same as like nowadays where if you're anti-cancel culture and you're a badass fucking... anti-woke guy, like, oh, that's my identity, that's who I am, like, but who are you really? Because that's not really who you are, you know.
And they make your own. Just be you.
Definitely, yeah. Also, celebrities do this thing where people stop giving a fuck about them and then they become conservative, like Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider hadn't been in a movie in like fucking 15 years, and all of a sudden he's like anti-fucking woke and this and that. And I'm not saying Rob Schneider's broke. I know he made a lot of money with his movies, but still celebrities like the limelight, and he's definitely a guy that now everybody
no wonder he's in the theater games.
And it's fine. He is funny. He has been funny. Yeah. I'm sure he's funny now, but like it's also like an example of like, oh, like no one listened to you, and now everyone's relevant to you.
For sure,
exactly. You know? Also, comedians, also Republicans don't fucking like stand-up comedy, bro. Like, they don't. Richard Pryor, probably the greatest of all time, is a fucking black guy that was rumored to be gay. Like, a lot of them are fucking Jewish, you know? Like,
he's
like,
the one that's in Laugh Factory, huh? The picture.
He's in every comedy club.
I'm pretty sure. I've seen a lot, but like in Laugh Factory, they always have one of him.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that guy, like, okay, like, I forgot what I was getting at. But I'm just saying, like, they're not even fans of stand-up, and then they have guys like Rob Schneider. Like,
oh, you use Richard Pryor as an example.
Yeah, like, they're not listening to Richard Pryor, you know? Like, they're not fucking listening to Red Fox comedy albums. Like, get the fuck out of here, you know? And it's okay, but now it's cool to do that. There was a wrestler in WWE whose name was Brodus Clay. He was like a big fat guy, and like he was like Alberto Del Rio's bodyguard for like a month, and then they sent him back to the developmental, and then he had a dancing gimmick, and then he got released because he fucking sucks, and then all of a sudden like he gets on Fox News because he goes viral off something talking shit about trans people, and then he has a show on Fox News now. Fucking wrestler that never fucking made it ever in any fucking organization. Like, he was bad. He was fat. He was bad, slow, horrible. But no one gave a fuck about him, and now he's fucking conservative. Oh, if my son had pronouns, I'd beat his ass, blah, blah, blah. And then everybody's like, oh, how sick, you know? It's, like, ridiculous. They always do that shit.
Fox News is crazy sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
I'll just get anybody from the streets, you know?
Did you see that new fucking vice president?
I saw, but what's up with him?
Do you hate Mexicans? He literally fucking said that shit. He did, like, a commercial where he blamed Mexicans, illegal immigrants, but you know they're talking about Mexicans.
I mean,
I hate that shit too.
I agree with you there.
Talk about that.
I agree that they always use the ones who came here illegally, but you know it's just brown people overall. It doesn't matter if you have papers or not. Like, they're gonna hate you if you're here for 3 generations or 4 generations.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we all fall under the same bag.
Exactly, and it's fucking crazy that
So like, people over there who are listening, like, no, like. When they say illegal, it's you guys too, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Even if Reagan got you guys papers, like, you're with us.
Yeah, exactly. And the crazy thing is, like, they don't hate immigrants completely because there are other immigrants from other countries in Latin America, South America, whatever, where, like, they come in and they get hooked up hella quick, like, 100%.
Yeah, and I think we talked about it before where the things aren't even fair. And we're not here to cry for it, you know? I mean, yeah, it's just more like, what are you going to take in?
So this guy, J.D. Vance, right? He's the new vice president for Trump if he wins, right? He does an ad for himself. And it looks like some shit Homelander would do in fucking The Boys. Like something so fake, right? So fake. And he blames his mother's painkiller addiction on illegal immigration.
That's funny.
And people did research, and you know what actually happened? His mother was a nurse that stole pills for her own addiction from the hospital, and that's how she became even more addicted. So why are you blaming illegal immigrants for your mom's addiction, who was a fucking nurse? Like, get the fuck out of here. Your mom was not going to a fucking trap house in Los Angeles and buying fucking pills from a Mexican or whatever fucking illegal immigrant. It's like so fake. I'm gonna play it for you right here.
I didn't know.
He looks like such a fucking... He literally starts it with, are you a racist?
Are you a racist? Do you hate Mexicans? The media calls us racist for wanting to build Trump's wall. They censor us, but it doesn't change the truth. Joe Biden's open border is killing Ohioans, with more illegal drugs and more Democrat voters pouring into this country. This issue is personal. I nearly lost my mother to the poison coming across our border. No child should grow up an orphan. I'm J.D. Vance, and I approve this message because whenever they call us, we will put America first.
He never answered the question if he was racist. He literally says, I don't care what you call me, I'll put America first. Basically saying I am a fucking racist. And then you're blaming your fucking mom being a junkie, respectfully, on fucking illegal immigrants. You're fucking insane. Isn't that some shit you would see in The Boys, the show?
It is.
Literally. It's like a GTA radio commercial.
Yeah, where they were like very comedic.
Like, should we legalize cocaine? Like those commercials and shit?
Yeah, it was on Chatterbox.
Yeah, all of them. They all had like a different one. But yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, dude.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still going to win.
We'll see what happens. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I mean, you never know. Maybe like a surprise. At the end of the day, like, We don't care. This is the Off Topic podcast.
Yeah, we don't care.
And the Off Topic podcast, we make our own constitution. And this was written by Esteban H. in the year 1976.
Slavery will be legal in our country. But we believe that it would be fair and ethical. That's funny, dude. Anyway, I don't want to talk about politics all day, but I was talking about it because it was funny to me. Like, all this shit's going on. It's so funny.
It's crazy. We started talking about it because before the podcast, we were like, isn't it trippy how like one little thing could like move everybody's like mind around, or like switch everybody's personality like one day from another. Yeah. One day you like your neighbor, the next day you don't because of one person on Fox.
Yeah, then one day 2 fucking planes hit a tower and shit,
and then you're all united.
And then now you're all united. It's fucking crazy. It's all a game.
America.
Hell yeah, dog. Look at it. So Hulk Hogan was in the RNC convention. It's so fucking funny.
Crazy fuck. You want a Budweiser?
Yes, please, sir.
You're going to speak to him. I can't wait. This is going to be like body slamming the giant at WrestleMania. What brought you out here? Why are you here? Well, Brett, I got tired of remaining silent. I sat back and watched the borders collapse. I watched the economy collapse. I watched the price of gas, the price of food, everything just do an upside down flip. And when they took a shot at my hero, Donald Trump, I realized that I couldn't be silent anymore. I had to step up. I had to be a real American, just like all these real Americans here in Donald Trump. I have a voice too, and I want people to know it's time to talk. It's time not to be silent anymore. I saw you.
You know what? I'm a Bret Hart guy now. Fuck Hulk. That's so funny.
I don't know. Now that you said that real quick.
Go ahead.
You like Hulk Hogan more than Bret before?
Nah.
Oh, like joke,
yeah. Because Bret didn't like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I like, nah, Bret's way better. I think so overall.
Yeah, way better. But that's another example of like who really gives a fuck about Hulk Hogan in 2024. I had a lot of things on my 2024 plan, but Hulk Hogan giving Trump the Hawk Tua was not on my fucking plan. And he was fucking sucking his dick real good. I didn't see the speeches because why the fuck would I watch them?
Yeah, I would watch them.
Yeah, like, I don't know, man. It's fucking crazy, dog. Imagine when we're famous and now people are going to want us to, like, endorse people.
Nah, would you do it, though? For millions? No.
Nah.
I wouldn't either, but I was just asking.
Unless it was, like, someone, like, I knew personally running for president. But I won't because all my friends are retards.
Even then, you would have to.
Because I'm friends with Walsh, and he's not going to fucking run for president,
The mayor of Baldwin Park. In front of Linda's.
He gets shot at Starburgers, dude.
Charles, fool, like, tenía chaleco, fool.
The JFK assassination.
Setas, fool.
There was a second shooter behind the dumpster. We have an eyewitness here on the scene who said he saw it all. Yeah, fool, I fucking saw everything. I was here with my high note getting a couple chili cheese fries, and then boom, boom, la corropa, ya.
¿De qué está Yo miré a vos.
Imagine dying in Baldwin Park as a politician, dude. That's fucking hilarious. The store shop owner had no comments and just asked us to leave the parking lot. Adriana Contreras, Channel 5. Back to you, Tom.
You just see candles.
This bitch that used to do Nas and shit reporting. And it's all good, bro. We're all here for the change in the Off Topic podcast.
Oh, sorry.
I felt bad because I just said that no one I know would run for president because all my friends are retards, and then I mentioned Walls. That's super shitty. He's not a retard, guys. He's just like a cholo,
Yeah.
Like a big ghetto baby. Any fucking way. That shit's funny, dude. What other place would people die in? Like, well, what other place would it be funny if like people died in like Baldwin Park? Like if they were like politicians.
Ah, fuck. Morgan Park.
Yeah, I guess it's a good one.
Could it be like somewhere else? Like somewhere funny, like outside of the city or outside of the state?
Yeah, think of one.
I feel like maybe like a theme park, like Disneyland.
Knott's.
But Knott's is known to be ghetto. I've never been to Knott's, but I've heard.
Has anyone ever been killed in Disneyland? Nah, like an assassination. It's never happened.
No, and then Disney's those places where they say, "Oh, we hide any death here,"
Yeah. I know there's been like park deaths and accident deaths, like ride deaths, but
but like shot?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Let me ask ChatGPT.
Who's that?
ChatGPT's an AI, baby boy.
Oh shit.
I was doing a fucking update.
Is that the one that knows us?
Hey, ChatGPT, has anyone ever gotten assassinated at Disneyland? He's looking up.
No, there have been no recorded assassinations at Disneyland. It's a family-friendly theme park known for its safety and security.
What the fuck?
Hey, by any chance, do you have any subjects for our podcast today? HT and I are kind of lost right now.
What the fuck?
How about discussing memorable moments in professional wrestling history? You could also dive into the most controversial storylines or underrated wrestlers. Another idea could be exploring the intersection of pop culture and wrestling, like cameos or collaborations with celebrities.
Yeah, a lot of people do like HT stories a lot. Thank you.
That sounds like a great segment. Sharing personal stories and unique experiences always keeps the audience engaged. Have fun recording.
What the fuck? What's this?
ChatGPT, it's an AI.
That's what it's called, like the app?
ChatGPT.
That's scary.
Yeah, that's real.
It blew my mind a little, so.
It is crazy.
But I don't think it's crazy where it's gonna fucking kill me. I just
because remember, like a long time ago, like you would always struggle to when I would try to explain what AI was to you. You're always confused. Yeah.
Oh, like I was a little scared of it. I like
it's like a big smart computer basically that answers everything or gives you ideas.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty cool. It's like a imaginary friend.
Yeah, kind of.
That
you know people are gonna be pervy with it later.
I'm pretty sure there's people already with it.
Yeah, there's different kinds of like AI. ChatGPT does have like some censorship. Like you can't make it say the N-word, you know?
Yeah.
Not that I've tried, but you get what I mean. Like you can't like say nothing fucking stupid.
Not very sure, yeah. But eventually you'll have of everything, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like eventually you're gonna have like a wife and you're gonna come in, some lonely nerd is gonna come from work and say, "Hey Alexa," and he's gonna say, "How was work, baby?" And he's gonna be like, "Oh, it was tough. Mr. Henderson's riding my ass again on this report. Sit down, have some coffee." Like blah blah blah. And then you'll be talking to your house. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Definitely gonna happen. 100%.
It's probably gonna happen like in 20 years or less.
Less. Way less.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. There's someone out there right now nutting to Alexa or AI or something for sure.
Oh, I'm pretty sure for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully it works to our advantage though, like in general, the purpose of it, you know?
There's always an advantage with anything.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm open to technology. I've never been like against it or like
because I'm like you, like it freaks me out, but I'm also not deathly scared of it. You know?
But I mean, I know there's always something good for it, or that's gonna help us improve in our lifestyle.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I always imagine it was like, fuck, like 30 years ago, you had a cable connected to your gaming system, you know, and now you don't, or like a GPS also, you know, in cars.
Yeah,
like that helps a lot. Back then, you would have a map.
Yeah.
Do you remember using a map, or not you, but like your
nah, never. You?
Yeah, I remember. My parents had a book, and then for invitations and parties, I remember people would like print out like the Google like map sheet or
like take a 10 and follow it.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like,
that's crazy, dog.
Like, and then you put yourself now like when you were 6 years old to now, it's like, oh shit, like we don't even we don't need it no more. It's in our cars.
Yeah,
or on your phone too. Worst case scenario.
That is fucking crazy.
So I don't know. That's how I kind of like technology, but I'm not a nerd of it. I just think it's like too complicated. There's that extent also, you know?
Definitely. Technology could be awesome. Just like if people get on their technology and follow us on Instagram at the Odd Topic Podcast 34 and they could see all our shit. That's pretty fucking sick about technology, dude.
That is, and it only takes less than a second to press the button.
Bro. When you came on the way over here, what kind of music were you listening to?
I was actually listening to a podcast.
Oh, ours?
No. I was listening to Guzgri podcast.
What is that?
So he's from Mexico. So he has, what I like about his podcast is that he has like people from different backgrounds. So like he's the one I tell you that he has like hitmen. He has people who work. He even had like prostitutes on the podcast.
Really?
And in this episode I was listening to, he had like some guy that works at a hotel at the like 5-diamond star, not even star, 5-diamond hotels in Mexico City. So he was just telling stories of what he's encountered, how it is in the hotel life. So he has people from different backgrounds.
That's cool.
So that's what I like about his podcast. It's like
badass.
There's like, or he's had doctors, plastic surgeons, like different shit.
Yeah,
that's what I like.
He's like a Mexican Joe Rogan almost.
Yeah,
the
kind
conspiracies
of.
And shit.
Yeah. He doesn't do conspiracies. He's just more like downstairs. Like he'll have anybody on.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
I fuck with that.
And he's pretty big. He has like, I think like 4 million on YouTube subscribers.
Damn, that's not bad. Yeah. What's his name again?
Guskri.
Yeah.
Guskri podcast.
I've been re-listening to the Talking Sopranos podcast. Just because I've been watching, not in order, I've been watching random Sopranos episodes.
We're just watching right now too. Huh?
Yeah, we watched the card game episode, badass episode. Yeah, I've been really listening to that. My weeklies are definitely the Jim Cornette Experience and the Jim Cornette Drive-Thru. Because I'm a fucking wrestling mark. Yeah. Joe Rogan is not religious than the way I listen to it because it depends on the guest for me.
Yeah. I stopped listening to him a while back. I listened to Brendan and
Fighting the Kid for sure. The Shop Show when I'm into like MMA and like want to hear the fights. That for sure. But lately though, music has been dominating.
Yeah. Oh, you know what song I was listening to earlier?
Which one?
Cucucucureya.
Oh yeah.
Se come una paella. Se toma una estrella.
So are they dissing Haaland in that song?
He kind of is a little bit.
Well, he didn't write it.
He didn't write it, but they play in the same league, and then the fool just won the Euro Cup with Spain, so congrats.
I thought it was because he like punked Haaland when they played.
Nah, he's small compared to Haaland. He's like a comedic guy, that soccer player.
Oh, really?
He's like the guy that...
I guess that's cool, too. I don't like it when athletes are way too serious. Like Kobe Bryant shit, where like, oh, like, I'm mad because we won, but we should have won by way more. Like,
hot take, but I think Kobe was a dick in like outside life, like real life.
I'm sure he was.
Like, I think Cristiano and Messi, they're still, like, nice guys. Or from what I hear of, you know?
Yeah, like, they're not going to go to a grocery store, but that's because the whole city will fucking be crying. You know, that's fucking crazy. But, like, I agree with you. Like, that's why I don't...
Is that a U.S. thing? Like, I don't like U.S. athletes?
No. I think it's a... That's not true because...
I'm just asking.
No, you know what, though?
Because I hear it's always from NBA or NFL. I don't hear it from MLB, though.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy. You know what those things have in common? Steroids. I fucking hate the NBA and football. I wonder why. We're just fucking around. I know. But steroids, though, it could be that, you know, competition.
It could be.
Yeah, competition. Anyway, but yeah. Nah, all bits aside, and I don't like, this is even more shitty. I don't like rappers.
We're talking about athletes right now.
We are, but I'll say like in general, like you're talking about the U.S.'s obsession with celebrities, athletes.
Well, what I'm saying is like U.S. athletes are like dicks. I've heard overall.
Oh, really?
Comparing to like Europeans.
Yeah.
But
even then, I think of baseball too. I think Derek Jeter's an asshole too. You know.
But he's a megastar though. But in general, like,
not really. No. If you don't watch baseball, I know him. But if you don't watch baseball,
I don't watch baseball.
Would you recognize him? You wouldn't.
I would.
And it's okay.
No, I would recognize him.
You recognize Derek Jeter?
Yeah.
All right.
That's why I think he's like a megastar because I've known him since like first grade.
Yeah.
Well, because he was famous back then, or at least more relevant.
That's pretty sick.
But I mean, I think from what I hear, it's always like, oh, like this U.S. American athlete is a dick, you know, or like I don't know.
You know what I think it is that America is so obsessed with like luxury right now, and it's all about like status. And
I think it's always been because
I feel like with social media, people flex it more, and now regular people want that, and then because they see it in their face every day. Where like back then, like if you were in New York in the fucking 80s, like you took the fucking bus, like you would never run into these people. You take the fucking bus to work, the subway to work, whatever. And nowadays, yeah, you're still taking the bus to work, but you see them on your Instagram every day on the way to work, you know? I think that plays a big part. And you see shit, you know? You see rappers that are like 21 with like cars that you can't even test drive, you know?
Oh, shit.
Whether it's real or not on their part. But whatever, you know? I think social media is... And I don't want to be the guy blaming everything on social media.
Yeah.
Because we're on social media. But I think it's definitely that. Yeah. But I don't know.
How do we get here?
We're talking about athletes and how they're dicks in the U.S.
Yeah. How do we get there before?
We're talking about how only the NBA and the NFL you hear that about. But I disagree, though. I'm sure there's some soccer players.
I'm pretty sure there is, yeah. Who?
In general, like, you know, I'm not saying think of one right now.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure everywhere there's
even like wrestlers I've loved, like people used to always say CM Punk was kind of a dick, you know, and he admitted that maybe sometimes he was a dick, and like, you know.
No,
like,
yeah, but I think we're more known to have that stereotype in us, you know, like at least the athletes
in the U.S.
Yeah, for the most part.
No, I totally get what you
mean. I guess because they're more encounterable, and like how you said, like you see them everywhere, you see them on your social media wherever you're at. So I think that plays a big part. How you said,
yeah, definitely. I think that does play a big part. And now I think it's even more magnified with social media. But that's what I think. But anyway, dude, we're gonna do what ChatGPT.
There's no right and wrong.
We're gonna do what ChatGPT told us to do. What is a storyline that you remember in wrestling?
A storyline,
whether it was good or bad. What's a storyline you remember in wrestling?
Really good?
Yeah.
Storyline. Oh, Undertaker against the Great Khali.
Really? Why?
I don't know. I guess because I mean, it was crazy seeing the Undertaker stand up against somebody bigger than him.
That's a great point, and then to get squashed by him, you know.
And then he was world heavyweight at that time too. No, it was after
he won it from Taker. Yeah, that was.
But Taker got it after he beat Batista, right?
Well, yeah. There's such things in wrestlers called transitional champions, which is kind of an insulting term actually, because it's like you're the guy that has the belt because you're gonna give it to the guy who is gonna run with the belt. You know, transitional champion, like Sheamus being champion when Daniel Bryan was clearly gonna win at WrestleMania. You know,
we all know Sheamus doesn't have that look for.
But even then, that's not true because he's been a main eventer. But another point would be like, a transitional champion like
Sheamus never did it for me, buddy.
King Booker, like
he did a good run though.
He was, but I'm saying like he was not gonna be the guy, you know. Yeah, I hated him, so it worked.
I
fucking hated King Booker. Yeah, definitely, dude.
He played the king part.
Yeah,
really
maybe
well.
that's not a fair one. You're right. Transitional champion. You know what I mean? Like it's just like
it's like
you're gonna be here for a while.
It's like that era where like nobody really made sense.
This guy's hurt. This guy's suspended. Here you go. You've been doing a good job. Here's a belt. You're gonna drop it to him and 2 pay-per-views after. Like John Moxley when CM Punk got suspended in AEW, and then Hangman Adam Page got suspended too, and then it was like, okay, well, who's gonna be the champion? All right, fucking give it to Moxley. He's always here, you know. So respect to those people, like they're the workhorses, you know. They've been there and they gave it to him. Like it's a safe bet, you know.
Yeah.
Same with Samoa Joe, but Samoa Joe's not a transitional champion, but Samoa Joe's also that guy where like, fuck, CM Punk got fired again from AEW, and this who's suspended. Fuck it. Put the MJF's hurt. Put the belt on Joe.
Or he'll keep the story going on.
Yeah,
you know?
Put the belt on Joe. MJF's hurt. CM Punk got fired. Put the belt on Joe.
Yeah.
Who's gonna complain about that?
Nobody.
Exactly.
Like it'll make sense having Samoa Joe 10-time, 12-time later champion. You know, it's not gonna hurt.
100%. Yeah. Transitional stuff like that happens all the time.
No, I get it.
It's one of those things too where like, even in sports, like you can be there, but how many people are really like the greatest of all time? You know, that's fucking insane to me. Like, being good at something, that's cool. But being the best at something, that's got to be so fucking rare. And the best in the world. And not because you believe in, because your confidence is so high. Like, a fucking fact. Like, you are the greatest of all time in something.
That takes, I don't know.
Yeah.
Commitment, I don't know, training, I don't know.
Skills.
There's something more natural
God-given shit, maybe. If you're religious.
A little bit in that, too.
Yeah.
I feel like there's always, like, something more in there, too.
Yeah, definitely.
Not God-given, but like natural skills.
Yeah, I guess if you wouldn't believe in God, you would say genetics, right? That's kind of the same.
Genetics, natural skills, yeah.
Genetics, God-given skills. That's what Chael Sonnen says about John Jones. They just like this guy's God-given strength and skill.
That's what they say about Brazilians in soccer too.
Oh, really?
A lot of
that they're good at
like
soccer?
Genetically, like just freaked, you know, where they go party the day before and the next day they'll give the best performance of all time.
What do you think about that, you as a soccer fan?
I think there's some truth to it. Yeah. I mean, other players need to prepare really
Some guys are built for that shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. But obviously, time does catch up.
Yeah,
you know?
Ronaldinho could have had a longer. He could have been like the goal. And then,
Ronaldinho was done at 29, 30.
That's fucking
31.
Yeah. Not tragic because he made a shitload of money.
Not tragic because he was still good. Like, and he still made it to the Libertadores final, like at 32 and shit. But
that definitely always blows my mind though. Like being the fucking best at something. That's fucking insane, bro. Like we're pretty good at this, you know? Like, damn, like, hopefully we could be the GOATs one day, you know? At least in comedy podcasts. Like,
something, whatever.
Something, you know?
I'll take it. I'll take anything.
Yeah, that shit's crazy to me. Yeah, in soccer, it's a thing where it's like, okay, like, for sure, these guys are the best. But Chael Sonnen said that about John Jones where when he fought him, he talked about it on his podcast, like, it was the one fight where he knew, like, I can't beat this guy. Like, even if I have 10 rematches, like, I'm not going to beat him. And people say
where
this,
to go around him.
Yeah, and people say this about John Jones where, well, Chael says it. And it's kind of true where, like, John Jones is not Olympic wrestler. But he fucking beat the fuck out of DC, who was an Olympic wrestler.
Yeah, I know,
he
crazy.
fucking beat up fucking Dan Henderson, who was an Olympic wrestler.
Like, just a little scene, like
that's just
some
crazy.
People are just like really made for that.
He might have not fought Dan Henderson. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little faded right now, but yeah, he might not have. But you get my point. Where it's like, and people would say this too. John Jones was not the first one in practice and the last one in practice. He was always late. He sometimes didn't train. He sometimes was hungover, threw up in practice. Sometimes didn't show up, blacked out for 3 days, and no one heard from him. And he comes back, and he's obviously doing cocaine, and so it's not like you can say he's the most committed. And that's where Chael makes the decision that it's God-given. Because Chael's a religious man. He's a Catholic. So.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure it's something like just
where he says like that. He's not the hardest working guy. You're tripping if you think John Jones trains more than Daniel Cormier in their prime. Like, fuck no. Daniel Cormier is fucking up at 4 a.m. for his workout. He's in school at 6 a.m. to train kids because he's a coach. Comes back to be a dad to his own kids. After that, hits another practice in the afternoon, and then goes to fucking bed, and it does it all over again. Like, that's fucking crazy. But he still wasn't good enough to beat John Jones. And that's what people say where, like, it's God-given sometimes, you know?
Sometimes, yeah, that boost, you know?
And the crazy thing is with music, it's like, oh, he sold his soul. Like with old school guitar players. Like old school guitar players.
Do you believe it?
Old school blues singers.
Do you really, like, believe it?
I think people don't really know what like soul means. I think when people say selling their soul, they think you go to a dark room and there's priests wearing red and the lights red and you get on a table and they
like the
cinematic suck something out of you, right? And they literally take your soul. I think selling your soul is like selling your values, your beliefs, things that you care about, and then you become something you're not. Right? Like you were just a regular guy and now you're the party guy who has sex parties and you're fucking doing cocaine and you don't talk to your mom anymore or your parents or your siblings and you're just gone. I feel like that's selling your soul. Where you're not you anymore. Instead of like the fantasy selling your soul that we all know and see in movies and TV shows together.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think that is. Like, yeah, you were a normal guy, but you wanted to be famous, so you let the fucking gay producer fuck you in the ass so you can get a feature.
That would be
you sold your soul. Like you prostituted yourself, but you sold your soul in a way where that's not you and you did it. And then you got what you wanted, but that guy will always have a piece of you because every time you're successful, that guy's gonna know I fucked that guy in the ass, you know? Like
that's so crazy.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be sex. That's what people don't get. People think it's always sex or drugs.
So, I mean, you don't.
It could be other shit. It could be John Cena apologizing to the Chinese government because he called Taiwan a country and they don't want you to call Taiwan a country. And John Cena apologizes, and not only apologizes, but apologizes in Mandarin in their fucking language. American John Cena.
Damn.
Selling your soul could be you're a gay actor in a Marvel movie and they finally put a gay kiss on screen. And it's a big moment for you and a big moment for people that look up to you because they're gay too or they're trans too. And little kids are watching and they're like, oh, wow, I'm normal just like them. But we need the viewership of the Chinese people. So for the Chinese version, we're going to censor you out, censor that scene out. That's selling your soul. But you say yes because you need their money. You don't even need their money. You just want their money.
Damn.
Yeah. South Park made an episode about the Chinese like 6 years ago.
What did they make reference to?
Randy Marsh had a weed company. It was when it was not South Park. They started calling it like Tegrity Farms, which was crazy. It was like a big change in the show. And it wasn't about the four boys anymore. Yes, they would come out, but it was about Stan's dad, who's one of the four boys with the red poofball hat. Mm-hmm. And he's tired of the city. South Park gets gentrified because that's a big change in South Park.
Oh, okay.
South Park has a big change that happened about 10 years ago, where even like OG South Park fans are like, oh, this is when it changed for me. I still think it's fucking great. Obviously, people do because it's fucking great still. South Park had an episode where South Park got gentrified the town, and they make a Whole Foods, and they have a new principal, and his name is PC Principal, and he's politically correct, and he's like a jock, but he's like, what's up, bro? You're insulting trans people, bro? Like, blah, blah, blah. He's like very liberal, right? And this was like 10 years ago, bro, way before cancel culture and this and that. And then slowly it gets gentrified, and then Randy Marsh is like, fuck the city, I'm tired of this, I'm buying a weed farm in rural Denver, and he has a weed farm, and that's when Integrity Farms. And he's kind of struggling to make money. He's making good money, but he wants to make more. So the joke is, I'm going to sell out to the Chinese. So he goes to the Chinese airport, gets fucking bagged, immediately arrested because he has pounds of weed on him, which is super illegal in China, by the way. And then he gives a speech to the judge in China. They put him in a concentration camp, which they actually do have in China, where these camps, like if a prisoner dies because he's sick, all of a sudden when he gets buried, like he's missing all his major organs that are like expensive. So there's rumors of them selling organs, right? This is not a fucking conspiracy. It's a thing that's been said. So Randy Marsh sells out to the Chinese, and then they're like, oh, well, weed is illegal here. We don't want your weed. But then they start buying his weed, not to sell it or smoke it, but to plant it on student protesters so they can arrest them. Students that are protesting against the Chinese government and the Communist Party of China, they don't use the weed to smoke it or sell it. They use it to plant on them so they could put them in jails for like the rest of their life.
Oh, shit.
And that's how he sells out. And then in the end, he feels bad, and his business partner tells him, say fuck the Chinese government. And he goes, fuck the Chinese. And he goes, no, say it louder. Fuck the Chinese. And then that's like South Park saying like, fuck the Chinese. We're not censoring shit. And they even talk about the Winnie the Pooh incident where it became illegal because they said the president looked like him in some memes. People were arrested for that too.
So shit.
That's selling out as well. Yeah. And that's the episode where he's like, fuck the Chinese government. Yeah. Because he was making a lot of money with the Chinese government, yeah, in the show.
So I'm pretty sure the show's not even aired over there, huh?
I'm sure it's aired, but like how much of it? How many episodes?
Oh, shit.
I'm sure you can watch it somewhere online.
Yeah.
It's not North Korea either. They have access to shit. But,
yeah.
But it's like how, like.
How free are you,
Yeah.
Like, yeah, people check
How free are we? Maybe it's all bullshit. Maybe we're reading some fucking propaganda. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure there's like some shit that we don't know about where we're also censored,
Definitely, dude.
I mean, as stupid as it sounds, like when they say CIA shit or FBI, not FBI, but CIA, like how many people do they kill for like having residents or citizens saying the truth,
Yeah, 100%.
What's it called? Fucking unsolving mysteries.
Yeah, unsolved mysteries, yeah. No, I get it. It's like you never know type of thing.
The only thing that the U.S. is really good at it, in hiding it.
You think so? Yeah, we are kind of good at that, yeah.
Comparing to these Chinese governments or Korean where they just go all in and just fucking
crazy.
Disappear every protester one day from another.
Yeah, that is fucking insane.
Or I guess,
like in Russia where journalists just die. They get poisoned.
Where I guess that's the cool thing about the U.S., where you could have these Democrats or liberals still like protesting whatever the fuck they want.
I do believe in the freedom of speech thing, and I hope it lasts forever. But
I mean, hopefully, it will.
But anyway,
I mean, that's a cool thing that these annoying Republicans and these annoying Democrats, they could say whatever the fuck they want in the freeway,
Yeah, exactly.
I guess that's the cool thing about this country.
Yeah, I know, for sure.
And right or wrong.
And the cool thing about this podcast is if you want to follow us even more, follow us at
Off Topic Podcast 34 on Twitter at Off Topic 34. Like us on Facebook at Off Topic Podcast.
All right. And before we wrap this baby up, we have one more thing we have to do, and it's called fan questions. Fan questions.
Oh, you guys thought we forgot about it.
We only chose one.
Yeah,
but this was a good one. My friend Sergio asked me if he didn't write it. He told me, so I'm paraphrasing. He just said, like, how do you feel about people recommending you music? Does it bother you? Do you recommend people music, et cetera, et cetera?
I don't mind it when they know, like, I like a certain type of music. They'll kind of, like, hit the spot, Like, oh, like, this does sound like something I would like. But then when somebody comes up to me and then shows me like some like beats or some type of rap or like some rock band I don't even know about, I was like, what the fuck? Like, what are you showing me? Like, that's what I feel like. If I don't know what they're gonna like show me, I'm a little annoyed already. But if it's somebody that I know that knows my taste of music, I'm open to it.
Yeah, you are open to it because even then you said rock bands you wouldn't know.
I've shown you but I meant like bands. Other people that wouldn't know what kind of rock bands I like. You know?
Oh, I get what you mean. Yeah.
Like they wouldn't know I like Dance Gavin Dance or like
Slipknot and shit like that. Yeah, Suicide Silence.
But then they'll show me like a fucking backyard band, you know?
Yeah,
that's what I meant.
You know what I hate about punk music that I noticed they do a lot? They always do this bit where it's not a bit, but they always do this chorus form where not only the vocalist sings the chorus, but the guitarist and sometimes even the drummer too. So it's 3 voices at once, and they're not in the same pitch, they're not in the same volume, and they're not even on the same scale because the vocalist is gonna sound better than the drummer, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. And punk music does that shit a fucking lot, dude. Like a lot. And I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna mute our microphones because it's someone that we kind of know. It's not Risk It All, by the way. So, because we're actually gonna be there at their show in September. It's actually, I can swear to you on my mother's life, it's not Risk It All. It's another punk man. That actually Henry knows the people of too. So I'm gonna meet it and I'm gonna show you what I mean by 3 people singing the same part at once, and I don't like that shit. I will be right back.
That's crazy.
I don't like that shit. I love segundas. I love harmonies. Like, I love that shit. Like, I love Deny Your Maker. Like, The Man in the Box, Alice in Chains. Like, the segundas are fucking sick. I love Jordan Fisher's segundas while he's like, don't you know? Clean. But that is, like, something I don't like in music. To answer that part of the question from my side, I recommend people things that I know they'll like, same way you said. Like, I will never show my sister like a fucking Suicide Silence song. Like, I know she might appreciate it. Like, she doesn't hate rock, heavy metal, but it's not her thing. I will never show fucking
they try to show you.
I would never show Carlos a Shoreline Mafia song ever because I know he's gonna fucking hate it and blah blah blah. If they show me, I'm more open minded of all my siblings. I'll listen to kind of anything. Like, my sister was trying to talk to me about the new Brad album, the Charlie XCX album, and I'm like, oh, cool. Like, I'm not gonna listen to the whole album, but I'll listen to what she shows me.
I'll listen to it, prima.
Yeah, but like, I'm the same way you. Like, if it's something that I might like, I don't give a fuck. There are people where I respect their music taste so much that even if it's something I might not like, I still listen to it because I'm like, oh, maybe I will like it. You know what I'm saying?
What's one genre you not hated or disliked before, but now you kind of like dig it?
Mexican music.
Okay.
Like corridos and shit.
Oh, shit, all right.
I'm more like the new stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not a Fuerza Regida, Mark. Like, I don't like the Harley Quinn song and I don't like the Shakira song, but I like...
Even though it sounds like stupid or basic, but I'm more like the old Fuerza Regida, like 2019.
Yeah. Nah, it doesn't sound basic because it's true.
Yeah.
Like, I like that shit.
Like, I don't like now all of a sudden everybody knows who they are, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
good for them, you know?
But they've been like badass every time. It's not like they barely started being cool, you know? Like, every song has been fucking sick, you know? Not those new ones, but you get me. Like, it's not like they sucked and all of a sudden they just came up with Harley Quinn.
Yeah, when people fucking find shit out. Like, this is my sister talking about how she was a Charlie XCX, but she's in San Diego right now. Vivo con Huevos territory. Shout out to them. Anyway, because I told her, oh, you're a Mark for Charlie XCX. We were just talking about that. Yeah. And then I saw that she had posted like a song of her.
I am a Mark since fucking 2013, bro. But yeah, I don't give a fuck. I've always been fucking real. Apenas ahorita los kids waking up, you know? It's okay. It's okay.
Los kids.
But yeah, what time are you guys recording?
But yeah, it depends on the person and obviously on the music, you know?
Yeah.
But honestly, let us know, guys. How about this? We'll challenge you guys Send us some songs that you think we might like. The Out Topic Podcast.
Oh, yeah, let's just send
DM
some
us.
songs.
Yeah, DM us at Out Topic Podcast 34.
Ariel, I want a song from Ariel. Even text. You guys know.
Everyone.
Send me a text.
A text
Vance.
if you have our numbers. Well, I had a blast today, sir.
I did too, sir. Thank you.
Should we go? I'm gonna get some cigarettes right now.
Thank you for the Budweisers.
Let's go get some cigs right now. I want to enjoy.
As long as you don't kick me out, sir. You know, because I want to be with you, and you know, it's an honor. Sometimes I feel like this is the last moment that we're in a little tank together, just like in Fury.
I know. I do feel a little sad actually that I'm moving. I'm not gonna get like.
They don't know. They don't know you're moving.
But I'm moving. Not stay. Like we're still gonna do it. We're not gonna do some fucking. We're not gonna do some Skype bullshit like motherfuckers that can't fucking drive to a fucking place. You know.
Yeah. So
like,
he's gonna move to San Francisco.
Fuck no. I wouldn't Skype if it was San Francisco. That's way too far, dude. I'm fucking Skyping, dog. So I'm moving
like a couple miles down.
So I'm moving. And yeah, I get a little sad too. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna be in the hood anymore, you know. But I still had a blast today, dude.
I did.
And today too, I was disconnecting my shit to get it to here because we're obviously in the process of moving around. And then I thought I had to bring 2 bags worth of shit. And my brother Carlos was like, "Fuck, you do a lot." And I was like, "I know how." Like, fuck, like I've had a podcast in my fucking place for fucking years, you know. Like, that shit is tiring. Like I fucking have a studio in my fucking room, you know. Like I don't even have space sometimes and shit. I know I could be cleaner, but still, I'm like, damn, dude, I'm fucking real as fuck, bro. And so are you. I'm Kobo the Gorilla.
And I'm H. And thank you guys for listening. This was a great podcast, great episode. Thank you guys for listening. We know you're having a fun time at the gym, on the road, at work. But yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
I'm Kobo the Gorilla.
And I'm H again.
We're out.